Hi all and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is CK in the UK. And for today's video, I am going to share to you the books I've read that drastically changed my life and hopefully will change yours too. Because I believe that knowledge is power and sharing it with you would be the best thing to do rather than just keeping it for myself. So without further ado, let's start with the first book is Atomic Habits. So this is by James Clear. What I like about this book is that it says here we don't rise to the level of our goals, but fall to the level of our systems. It's not about how motivated you are achieving your goal, but rather what systems you've built to achieve that goal. Is it in your favor? So it changed my life because before I used to have this habit of eating unhealthy. And growing up in the Philippines, I didn't really have that much access with healthy, fresh, whole foods. And so I used to just eat junk. And now I always have one banana and two apples in my bag. And I always pack fruits to bring to work. And in the kitchen, there's this fruit bowl on the table always, because the more accessible things are, the more you reach for them. And so I want to make sure that it's it's easier for me to stay healthy. And so I made it easier for me that I have my yoga mat near the bed. So whenever I wake up, it's just I can grab it and then perform my exercise. And even if I don't have a yoga mat, even if I'm elsewhere, not in the UK, and I can still perform those exercises because it's been the system that I have built for myself. And I made it so that my life depended on it. I would advise, if you are struggling with motivation or just building systems that works for your in your favor, then please read this book. The second book is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So this book introduced me to finance and personal finance, and it opened my eyes to assets versus liabilities. It's not, I mean, assets are based on Robert Kiyosaki's the one that brings in something. Liabilities, the ones that took from you. So assets could be, say, a rental house or your whatever your business is. So those could be assets. And Robert Kiyosaki added as well that people can be either assets or liabilities too. It's a great introduction for personal finance. And I really like it. So if you are interested in finance and you wish to start somewhere, I would say start with this book. The third book is Mastery by Robert Greene. What I like about this book is it's Robert Greene emphasizes the importance of being an individual, being unique, focusing on your strength, as you have something in you genetically that is yours, like your own DNA. To be a master of your own craft, you need to be a little bit weird and, say, for instance, you need to dress up differently than other people, or to just be you, just be uniquely you, be weirdly you, whatever that is. Robert Greene stated that when we were young, we have something that we truly like. Say, like Charles Darwin, he likes collecting fossils and stuff. So, yeah, it's fascinating to be able to focus our energy in one thing and then keep being persistent with it. Then we would be able to master our craft. I mean, I wouldn't say that I am a master of anything as of yet, but I am still working on it, and that's why it's fascinates me. And I hope it does resonate with you as well. If you are struggling with which career path to take, there are loads of options, and it's overwhelming. So focus on that young you and focus on your own strength and your own uniqueness for you to be able to not compete with anybody else, but rather yourself. The fourth book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. As a matter of fact, I have it here. So I have a bookshelf here. I don't know if you can see, but I'll show you around anyway. So this one, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I really like this. What really stuck with me on this book is the circle of influence and the circle of concern. So we all, speaking of energy from the previous book, so like I said, we have a limited energy, and if we focus it on things that we cannot control, then of course it is a limited resource and we will lose it. So every time I see this book, I am reminded to focus my attention on the things that I can control, because where your attention is, where your energy will be. The fifth book is The Letters to the Stoics by Seneca. It's interesting how the advice almost 2000 years ago is still relevant and timely to this day. So I really recommend reading that. It truly helped. In times of uncertainty and stress, it always reminds me to focus on what I can control, because sometimes we get caught up with the things that we can't control, should have, would have, could have, and it's a never ending loop that results to anxiety, depression, or overstress, and it's not beneficial for you to go down that rabbit hole. And so this is both a reminder to you and myself that focus on the things that you can control as opposed to the things that you cannot. To care less on the things that doesn't really matter in 10 years' time. The sixth book is The Art of Spending Money by Morgan Housel. It made me question my intention of buying things, whether I am doing it for myself and truly for the people that I love, or is it to impress other people? Because impressing other people is the highest tax you could ever pay. Earning money is only one part of the equation. The other is how you spend it. And I used to be a shopaholic, but now I tend to be smart with my spending and intentional with it. So for those who are struggling with impressing other people and where to put your money, then I would recommend reading this book. And last but definitely not the least, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So that book really transformed the way I think, because I had been on a lacking mindset growing up from underprivileged background. But this book really renewed my mindset, and it is about, yeah, it's about just that. It's transforming the way you think for your success. Napoleon Hill stated that everything starts with a desire. So long as you have a desire for something, then you follow. There are some further steps that he advised on the book as well to follow through to that desire so that it will be achieved and realized. It is similar to the concept of manifestation, where the thoughts that fire together wire together. And these books are merely words written on a blank page, but it's the matter of your belief in them, and you have this conviction to follow through to this and apply it to your life, then that's where the transformation begins. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear what books that truly you think help transform your life, so that I can perhaps read it too, and perhaps somebody will read the comments, will be able to read your recommendations as well. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. I would very much need your continued support to help me reach the 1,000 subscribers before this year. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click on the subscribe button as well, and share it with the ones that you think might benefit this video. Learning is not confined to the four walls in a classroom or the conventional education or universities. And so let's be lifelong learners and continue to expand, grow, and explore topics that intrigued and interest us. So yes, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.